can never see if this mic's on.
Now, I like to think that I'm a relatively fair individual and giving the benefit of the doubt to just about every situation. And there was a video I made about Avid not too long ago where I was pretty critical of how I was treated in a certain situation. And I said very clearly in that video, Avid needed to do better. I had another instance with them, and I feel I need to air out the laundry a little bit. So I had another call with Avid, and to be completely fair with them, it went totally different. I wasn't on hold nearly as long. The specialist that I had talked to was very professional and very knowledgeable about the product. I called with a very specific issue that was driver related that I'd never seen before. It wasn't necessarily something that was going to stop me in my tracks. I could still work with it, but it was something I wanted to get figured out, especially given the last encounter. I wanted to see how this went again. It was honestly a very good experience, which makes me feel better about the state of service at Avid, for sure. One thing that is a little worrisome is why those two calls were so different. But I do want to be fair and not just cover a negative experience, because I use this platform to show something that maybe they don't want to be shown. I wouldn't if I were in their shoes. I mean, for what little pull a channel like mine has, I feel like if I have a good experience, I need to be honest about that as well. And this was a very good experience. So on one hand, I'm relieved this situation went way better, but I'm also a little concerned at how vastly different those two experiences were, given that they were only 3 weeks apart from each other. I am one voice in a large group of individuals who are kind of shining a light on interactions like this, whether it's with Avid or with anyone else. As you can see, Pro Tools is still on my screen back here. A lot of people have been asking, am I going to continue with Avid given those frustrations? I do own a perpetual product. I have kind of decided, at least at this point, I'm not going to continue with that. I'm not going to continue paying for updates and service. At least at this point, all of my payment information has been removed. So I'm going to continue with my perpetual product because being a commercial location, there are some engineers that I work with who will expect Pro Tools to be on that screen. And if it's just for tracking, it really doesn't have to be the newest, biggest, best version. As you know, I did try out a Studio One mixing scenario, and I had a freaking blast with it. I am currently researching a whole lot of other DAWs just to see what's out there, because I have been in a Pro Tools world for so long, I genuinely don't know what's out there. And some of the things that I've currently seen have been pretty exciting, at least from a music creation standpoint. There may be situations where I'm on a time crunch, I reach for Pro Tools because that's what I know and that's what I'm fast at. But I'm in a unique situation where I can try this stuff out. Coming from a deep background and deep knowledge in Pro Tools and seeing what really is out there, and can something replace that for someone in my shoes. Right now I am hindered by the hardware. I'm coming from having Pro Tools HD. I'm running HDX cards, and some interfaces just don't work with that, and not even from a DSP standpoint. I don't even expect that. As far as I know, no DAW other than Pro Tools will use an HDX card for its DSP capabilities, but just recognizing it as an interface and working, I'm surprised that how hard that is to get up and running. That said, I'm even looking at replacing the HDX card because I'm not totally sure it's necessary anymore. I have my eye on some Focusrite gear. There's a Digilink output and a Thunderbolt output. So if I can get my hands on a Focusrite Red 8-line or 16-line, I can really test and see if an HDX card is necessary, because in one session, I could run in Pro Tools with an HDX card, check the latency, check it with players in the room, and then immediately copy that session, run it on Pro Tools native without an HDX card via Thunderbolt, and see what is happening under the hood there. That also allows me to migrate my entire setup and be flexible with every single DAW out there, because I could either be on an HDX card via DigiLink or on Thunderbolt. Problem is, those are super hard to find right now, so Focusrite, if you're watching and you want to send one for me to try, I would love to try it. I do feel like it's people like my own's responsibility, despite channel size, to show when things are positive as well as negative. I don't want to seem like I'm harping on one company just for the click. They genuinely did a really, really good job on this second one. Very professional, very fast. I filmed a little bit of it, but honestly, she was going so quick that there's not a whole lot to see. And it was a strange issue that I would not have known how to fix myself. So if you guys are interested to see what I find out as far as other DAWs that are around there, stick around for that. If you're coming from the Pro Tools world and you've made a switch like this, let me know in the comments down below. I'm genuinely interested to see and know what your expertise is, because I'm kind of jumping into this a little blind. Coming from HDX cards and being used to certain things that those benefit sessions like mine, does it matter? Do you need it? Am I overthinking this whole process? Anyway guys, I'm Resident Loser Jeremy. I'll see you in the next one.